This exercise is a Lumbo-Pelvic Rock. You're going to start by laying on your back, knees bent, feet flat. Position your hands on the front of your hip bones, that way you can feel how your pelvis is moving. The purpose of this exercise is to incorporate a pain-free movement in your lower back, rocking from a posterior pelvic tilt to an anterior pelvic tilt. So it's important that when you perform this movement, you're doing it in a pain-free range. If you feel like as you're going to any of the motions, it hurts, don't go that far. You stop right before the point of pain. So the way that we're going to start, as you're laying down on the floor or a table, feel the arch, the natural arch or curvature in your lumbar spine. From here, with your hands against your hips, I want you to rock your pelvis posteriorly, flattening your lower back against the floor or the table. And then from here, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to peel our lower back up off of the table, going into an anterior pelvic tilt. And then we're going to repeat back into our nice, gentle posterior pelvic tilt. Pain-free range, going to our anterior pelvic tilt. When you're doing this exercise, as you go into a posterior pelvic tilt, I want to make sure that as you rock your pelvis back and you go to flatten your lower back against the table or floor, you're not picking your hips up. I want your butt to stay on the table the whole time as you gently flatten your lower back against the table. And then from here, when we go into our anterior pelvic tilt, I want to make sure the range of motion is coming from the hip joint and that you're not extending through your spine and picking your ribs up or creating any type of rib flare. It's a small, subtle micro movement of just flattening our backs against the floor or a table, peeling our lumbar spine up in a pain-free range.